Okay, welcome back. We're glad to have you back for our second message, our second topic in the life alignment values that we've been talking about. I'm Pastor Mike, and of course, I think most of you already know me personally because we did these same topics live with the police, and now I'm recording them for your own use. So you can do whatever you want to if you'd like to go over these again and spend a little more time thinking about them. And incorporating them deeper into your heart, into your mind, for your own use. That's what these are all about. Well, of course, in our first topic that we discussed, we were talking about opportunities from Galatians chapter 5 and verse 13. But today we're talking about self-control right now. In 1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 24 through 27, it says, "Do you not know that those who run in a race all run, but only one receives the prize? Run in such a way that you may win. And everyone who competes in the games exercises self-control in all things. They then do it to receive a perishable wreath, but we an imperishable. Therefore, I run in such a way as not without aim. I box in such a way as not beating the air. I buffet my body and make it my slave, lest possibly after I have preached to others, I myself should be disqualified." Well, these verses of Scripture here we read are very applicable to life. Not just a religious life, not just only to church, but these words here that we're just reading here are very relevant to business, very relevant to your life right now. That many times people who do great things are doing good things, but they themselves become disqualified in the process. They run, they work hard, they're out there, but whether people have seen it or not, they have been bending the rules or they have been cheating. And in the end, they become the one that is disqualified. Happens to CEOs all the time in these big business corporations where they work their way up through the ranks. They become the top dog. They become the most important person in the company, and then it's just like they completely lose their minds and they start taking advantage of everything for their own personal use, even though all the people underneath them in the organization are working like dogs to make the company a success. But this one man is taking full advantage of it, and in the end he ends up being disqualified and thrown out of the company. They don't want anything to do with him anymore. Well, those kinds of things happen because of a simple thing called self-control. And that's what we want to talk about. And when we're reading these verses here, self-control, he said here, self-control in all things, not just self-control in these little boxes in our mind, or self-control when I'm at work but not when I'm at home, self-control when I'm doing this but not when I'm doing that. No. We need to learn how to exercise self-control in all areas of our life. And I want to share this story with you because I once worked with a naturopathic doctor. Naturopathic doctors don't like to use the same kinds of medicines that what we consider regular doctors use because they're based on chemicals and the synthesis of chemicals together. And these naturopathic doctors try to use products that are natural based and will not have all of the side effects in a person's body that synthetic drugs can have. And so I was once working for this company. It's not just one doctor. It was a naturopathic company that provided all of these products. And within this company, they had on staff, I believe it was 3 naturopathic doctors, and one in particular that I worked with quite closely. And he would spend all of his time advising people. I mean, that was his main job within the companies. Had his own office, and he was in there, and he was on the phone with prospective customers, patients, seeking advice on different kinds of medicine. And he spent all of his time advising them what naturopathic medicines did versus what chemically derived medicines did in their bodies, and what was best for that person. And he would advise them on their health, on their vitamins, on their naturopathic medicine options, on their diet and exercise. And they dealt with some very severe problems with people. But he himself had some very nasty habits, and like smoking these giant cigars.